Hello guys, it is Sunday, November 2nd, and currently I'm on my way down into town to purchase a USB-A to USB-C adapter for my dad. So this car only has USB-C inputs, and my dad has this USB-A flash drive with some old Indian and Sri Lankan songs on it that he'd like to listen to once in a while. And in order for this card to be able to read that USB stick or USB drive, I need an adapter. So that's what I'm on my way into town to get. Then I'll get back, spend some more time with the family, and then after lunch my parents are gonna drive me to the train station where I'll take the train back home to Copenhagen. So yeah, it's been a good, what is it, 3-4 days here in southern Denmark. I always like being back, and it's always a weird feeling leaving the place again. But I know I'll be back very soon. So yeah, now on our way to downtown, and then grab that adapter, and then we'll head back home. And today it's a bit more cloudy than yesterday and the day before. However, it's not raining at the moment, so that's good. I didn't check if the store is open, but let's cross our fingers and hope that it's open. And it is definitely open just by looking at the sheer amount of cars in the parking lot. Watermelon sugar high. That song is it's still on my mind. Watermelon sugar high. I think we're just gonna reverse the car in here. Alright, this should work. Alright, so we made it to the store, and I'm just gonna head in, grab the adapter. Hopefully they've got it. I did check online and it did say that this particular store does have the adapter in their inventory, but you know, sometimes those things are not true either. So we'll give it a try, and then hopefully they've got it. Alright, so we made it back, and unfortunately they did have the adapter, so this is exactly what I was looking for. Now we're just gonna do a quick test and see if it works. This is what it looks like, and then we're just gonna find the USB drive. And we've got that here. 16 gigabyte SanDisk. Alright, and then we'll plug that in. Yes. Perfect. Alright, let's turn it down before we get copyrighted. There we go. Alright. Awesome. That was very nice and easy. Now we'll head back home, but before we do that, I'm just going to take a quick stroll through town. Still need to look into the YouTube copyright rules. Now, are we allowed to have small bits of an actual song made by an artist, an international big artist? Are we allowed to have like short clips of content from other YouTubers to reference something? Like all that stuff, I still need to look into that. That's still a new world to me, to be honest. Halloween decoration in this town is always a little cute. I actually think they've got some creative people in the decorations department. And down here you've got the Catholic church that I went to almost every Sunday as a kid. Just over here on the left side. You're not really able to tell it, but it is there. I've been considering getting my own car in Copenhagen again. Not for commuting to and from work, but rather to be able to go on like small getaways like my girlfriend and I used to do when I did have a car. There are these car sharing apps in the city that allows you to rent a car or lease a car for a very, very short time, like from down to an hour all the way up to just a few days, right? And that is something that I've definitely used. There's actually one that has a fixed parking spot on our street, which is pretty nice and convenient. However, there's just something liberating around having your own car. And 2 weeks ago, I spoke to one of my coworkers at the office who had just leased a car from this one company, and it was a Peugeot 208, and the price was actually quite decent, to be honest with you. So decent that I'm seriously considering getting one. But I need to play around in my Google Sheets with various different calculations just to make sure that it actually makes sense. But if I know myself well, I know that I'll find a way to make it make sense. Look at those dark clouds. It's definitely going to be raining later today. I also told myself that I was gonna go for a walk while I was here at least once. So let's see if I can get myself to do that when I get back home. And I am taking a detour at the moment, and the reason why I'm taking a detour is because I just had a craving for a coffee. So I'm gonna go to McDonald's and then get myself a coffee and then drive back home. Oh, look at the leaves here. Alright, now we're closer to something straight out of Michigan in the fall. This is beautiful. But once again, the election posters are ruining it a bit. But besides that, beautiful. This town is super close to the German border. I literally think you can hit up the border in around 25 minutes. And a lot of folks from this region, you know, the southern part of Denmark, they actually cross the border whenever they have to do some bigger shopping, just because, you know, regular items are just cheaper in Germany. And since the drive is so short and there's not really any proper border patrol, then it's quite fast to get down there. One of the biggest things that people they get when they're down there is just soda, because that is like significantly cheaper across the border. Soda, alcohol, candy, chips, all that stuff. It's been a long time since I did that last time, but I do recall when I was younger and I was living at home that I sometimes went with my parents to grab something. All right, let's hit up McDonald's. And it's not a lot of traffic today, which is awesome. This is one of the busier ones just because it's right next to a highway. And I actually think it's the first McDonald's right after people from Germany cross into Denmark. So it's a very nice and convenient McDonald's. Oh, and you see that yellow Peugeot on the left side over there? That's actually the one that I've considered getting, the 208. Hej så, må jeg bede om en lille kaffe?
En lille filterkaffe?
Ja, meget gerne, tak.
Er det sådan?
Nej, tak.
Så er det bare frem til næste runde.
Fantastisk. Hej så. Ja. I lige måde, men. Oh, they opened another window over there. That window was definitely not there some time ago. So it is new. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to continue straight. Hej så. Tak skal du have. God søndag. Tak. All right, so we got ourselves a black drip coffee, and the price of that was around $2. So that's a very cheap coffee. When I was living in New York, I used to get my coffee at the bodegas and the delis. I had one literally right next to my apartment, like every New Yorker does, actually. And the price of that one was like $1.50, $2, something like that. And it was amazing. They had cream, they had milk, they had everything. I'm not really a big coffee snob. For me, I actually kind of like the taste of a bodega deli coffee. There's just something homey and nice about it. Oh, there's a Peugeot store here. Oh, right. But yeah, there's just something homey and nice about it. And yes, it doesn't have these complex flavors like a coffee from a more expensive brand would have. However, sometimes it gets the job done. And when you're in a hurry, then a bodega coffee, a deli coffee, or McDonald's coffee will serve you just fine. So once again, I saw a Peugeot store. I wasn't actually sure if we had a store, but we do. indeed have one. And I'm just gonna take a look at that car that I considered getting. I just want to see it close up in person, and I know it's a very common car, so I'll probably be able to find it everywhere on the streets, just as I did over there at McDonald's. But I just want to go and have a close look at it. But I'm not sure if I'm allowed to drive in here. There's no sign. I guess that means go ahead. Alright, let's see. Picture 208, 208. Alright, so they don't really have anything on display outside, so I guess it'll have to be another time. Alright. There's a shop over here with super cheap clothing. Again, no designer brands or anything, but just nice, cheap, functional clothes. And I actually need some workout clothes. So I'm gonna take a look inside and see if they have something. I mean, I know that they have something, but something that I'd like. We'll see. And then hopefully when we get back, the coffee has cooled down just a little bit. That's one thing though. These bodega coffees, deli coffees, McDonald's coffees, they're usually piping hot. Alright, let's see. Alright, so we're back again. That took a bit longer than expected. I was talking a lot with the owner of the shop. He was super nice. He was talking to me while I was trying on 2 different jackets. And I was FaceTiming my girlfriend to kind of get her input and opinion. Yeah, to kind of get her input on the jackets. Oh, sorry. All right. So yeah, I'm not even sure if I formed a full sentence there. So it took a bit longer than expected. I spoke with the owner. Yeah, he was talking to me while I was trying 2 different jackets. A super nice guy, very nice guy. And we're just talking a little bit about our stories. Apparently he's got a brother that lives very close to where I live in Copenhagen. So we're kind of relating to that, and he used to be a salesman as well. And for those of you that knows, I made my career in sales. So that was pretty awesome as well to be able to kind of relate to that. Cool. Now we'll head home and let's check the coffee and see what the temperature is like. Now it's perfect. Not piping hot, you can actually drink it. And you can definitely tell that more cars have gotten to the streets. I've gotten on the roads. Busy times here in southern Denmark. So I ended up buying a winter jacket. This was a nice one. This is always what happens. You know, I walk in somewhere, I have no intention of purchasing anything, and then I just get influenced. But it wasn't too expensive. It was around 80 bucks, and it was a nice looking winter jacket. That's what I'd say. It's not one of those winter jackets that can withstand like extreme temperatures, anything. I don't think that's the reason why I bought it. But it's one of those jackets that's nice, good looking, functional, and will keep a little bit of cold away. So we made it to the same train station where we had a connecting train 4 days ago.
Toget, som kører til Københavns Hovedbanegård og Nørreport og Østerport, som så bliver endestationen. Skulle I have nogle spørgsmål omkring jeres tur i dag, så tag endelig fat i mig på et tidspunkt, når jeg kommer igennem toget. Ellers så ønsker DSB-personalet jer en god tur.
Alright, it is 6:15. That clock over there is wrong. It's an hour ahead. And we are back in Copenhagen after 4 awesome days in southern Denmark. Train ride was super nice and smooth. No issues like when we were going to southern Denmark, so that was awesome. Now I'm gonna head on to the metro and then we'll head home. And my bike is right there where I left it on Thursday. So that is awesome. All right, time to go home.
Så jeg lavede min første sådan kæmpe pakke. Jeg kan godt mærke, da jeg var på arbejde, ikke? At min bror var ikke lige med mig. Hver gang jeg
Alright, and we are back on the bike. I cannot wait to be home in a few minutes. I'm so tired. My girlfriend has a friend over, and I believe my girlfriend, she cooked some dinner, so I'm gonna go home, eat some dinner, relax for a bit, and then start editing this video from today. Alrighty, I'm almost home, so I will see you guys next time.